It's Neighborhood Jams with Sunni Pouncil. It's Neighborhood Jams with Sunni Pouncil. You are tuned in to Neighborhood Jams with Sunni Pouncil. With 12 years real estate experience, 7 years as a realtor, 4 years teaching homebuyer workshops, and 2 years as podcasting, I'm bringing the do's and don'ts to real estate right here on the podcast. You can have special guest appearance from credit mentor, lenders, insurance agents, inspectors, and title reps. So you don't want to miss today's episode. Tune in as we're jamming right here on Neighborhood Jams with Sunni Pouncil. Hey, good Thursday to you guys. I'm super excited that you have chose this Thursday to be here with me. First and foremost, I've got to give all thanks to the good Lord above for getting me here today, for allowing me to see another day. I don't know about you, but if he has been a blessing to you today, give good God a round of applause. How about that? He deserves all the praise, all the love, all the hearts that we could ever give this man, right? So I am so grateful that you chose today, again, to be with me on this second Thursday of October. Can you believe that? Woo, y'all, this year is gone by pretty fast, but I must say we cannot end it without definitely making sure we're giving props to each other, respecting each other's crowns, from kings to queens to the young little ones as well. So I'm so glad. Thank you for tuning in. This is Neighborhood Jams with Sunni Pouncil. I'm your host for the hour, Sunni Pouncil, of course. And so diving into this thing, I wanted to just kind of share some pointers, if you will. So first off, things have been kind of rocky for your girl. And so post-COVID, yes, I have just gone over and finished out post-COVID, done with it. I'm so grateful that I did not actually have it as bad as I was under the impression to have it or had the experience as most people have had the experience. But let me share with you some of the reasons why my family wasn't hit as bad. And thank God again that we were not as hit as bad as most people. Because we've started building our immune system as of last year. So we were doing the elderberry and the vitamin D and some of the zinc, and we kind of laid back, but we stayed on the elderberry, picked up sea moss. And if you're not tuned into what sea moss is, sea moss gives you over 102 of the minerals your body normally needs. And so we were drinking the actual sea moss. Yes, putting it in smoothies, coffees, everything. So we were doing that as of last year to kind of be ahead of the curve of COVID. So my immune system has already been strong, and being a 15-year breast cancer survivor, hence the reason why I'm wearing pink. I've got my shirt put a praise on it with them stilettos. Yes. And so it's one of those things that I am truly passionate about the month of October. It's a tough month for me also because it's also Loss of Awareness Baby Month. And so a host of other things that's going on for each month that they put out. But I am a mom who has a heaven baby. And so in 2012, I had lost my baby after carrying her a full 8 months, 35 weeks, and she was stillborn. And then, of course, the doctors told me I had to go home with her to turn around and give birth to her. Not really naturally, but that's where the C-section for me started. And I had to go ahead and give birth to her through a C-section. And so it's one of those things that, I love to wear pink for the month of October. So the whole month I'm normally rocking my pink out. So, but I just want to make sure that you all are aware of is to get your tatas checked. My tatas almost killed me. I have a person that gave me a shirt that said that. My tatas almost killed, my boobs almost killed me. Be sure you check yours. And so whether it's a man or woman, trust me in what I'm saying. Breast cancer can come in any form. So make sure you're getting your annual checks. Make sure you're checking up on your annual mammograms. Those things are so important that I don't want to make sure that you don't miss it. Some people will ask, well, how did you find yours? Well, I did mine through a monthly exam. So if you're kind of one of those people that like to watch yourself, look at yourself, I mean, it's not to sound like you're obsessed with yourself, but you need to make sure that everything that you have are in place and that you're not seeing anything that's unusual, right? Because that's what I found, something that was not normal. And I was like, whoa, what is this? And so I just kind of monitor it. And once I saw something or felt something that didn't feel right, I always call my doctor. So again, it's one of those as I'm post-COVID, I have to stay up on this respiratory tea. Shout out to my queen, Hattie's Holistic Healing. This is her package that she sent to me when I called her and said, sis, I have just tested positive for COVID. And she said, well, I'm going to get you a care packet in the mail. And so shout out to Hattie's Holistic Healing for giving me my respiratory tea. And I'm still drinking it. Yes, as we enter the fall season where the weather is changing, a lot of clouds, a lot of ups and downs. Yes, I still have to have my respiratory tea. I do have my own tea blend. So she does provide you with your own tea blend. So if you have a certain condition, high blood pressure, eating disorder, or heat issues with sleeping, she can put together so many natural herbs in a package for you and ship it out to you all over. The girl is international. Can I say that? She's my queen. She's my natural herbalist. And I love that. Love to have her. So grateful that she has truly shared that with me. And so today I just wanted to kind of share some nuggets with you guys. As I've been kind of going through the motions and getting some things in order, I'm finalizing that it's time to finish some pieces. If you've ever been one of those that'll start a project, but you end up getting sidetracked from the project, or you end up putting the project down, can I encourage you today? Pick that project back up, dust it off. You might have had to sit it down to kind of walk away from it, and that's okay. You can do that too. Sometimes when we have a big situation or a big problem or a big project before us, sometimes it takes for you to step back for a couple of days or a couple of hours and then come back and look at it, right? So there's a couple of things that I'm excited that I'm working on that by next year this time, I hope to have a different conversation with you. I know I'm going to have a different conversation with you. Let's go and put that on in the universe, on out in the atmosphere, because I do believe in manifestation. If you don't say it to believe it, then it won't happen, right? So I don't know who I'm talking to today, but I want to encourage you. If you've had a project that you were working on, don't put that project to the side and don't let it go to file 13 or don't let it go untouched. Touch that project. Make sure it's something that you really need to be touching on, because you never know that project that you're working on, someone might be affected by it. So just make sure that you're picking it up. And so, going and finishing up school is one of my things. So I'll just share that with you, right? So I will share with you this. The home buying process is just that. It's a home buying process. Don't beat yourself up. Listen, I've had people that have been taking 2 years to get to the point where they're ready to purchase a home. So it's never too late. And I don't care if you're still under the impression, well, it was 2 years ago and I'm still not ready, Sunny. Okay, well then maybe it's time for you to have an accountability partner. You've been on my podcast. You've been following me for the last 2 years on this podcast. There's not a reasons why we don't have a game plan for you. So I understand that there's so many of us agents that are out here, but there's a particular few of us that really want to make sure that you get this process and this home buying down, right? And so first off, let me encourage you, save your money. Save your money. When you get to a point when you want to have the girls' retreats, I'm having an event this weekend that I'm going to go speak at. We're going to talk about that in the community awareness section of this podcast. And so I want to make sure that you know that when you're wanting to purchase a home, I want you to treat it as if you were going to Cancun. I want you to treat it as if you were getting planned to go to that family vacation. I want you to treat it as if, this is a big deal, because it is. Purchasing a home is a big investment. So it's not like you're asking for $500 or $1,000. People, you are asking for over $100,000. And don't get out there and start looking at them houses and be like, I don't like this. I want something that's more $180,000, $200,000. Yeah, I'm talking to you. So therefore, if you want that kind of money, we got to be talking about saving money. We got to be talking about showing the creditors that we are able to take care of our bills that's on our credit report every month, regardless of the situation. Okay, I'm transparent. I've gone a month or two without missing my truck payment. I have. I'm human. It happens. But let me be transparent with you. After that happens, I get back on track. It happens. It's called life's curves. It happens to all of us. You got a bill that you just cannot run from, that you just cannot afford to not pay. And so you have to pay it. And so now another bill that was on your credit report goes unpaid. It happens. But baby, let me tell you, don't let that one time stop you. You got one time. There's 11 other months in the year, right? So you still got time to get it right. Don't ever down talk to yourself. I want to encourage you to get up, dust yourself off, get your mindset ready, get mentally ready. Because when you talked about buying a home, owning a piece of the land of the country, you're going to have some skin in the game. You're going to have some money, because that's where it's truly at, right? So I've had a couple of buyers that come and say, well, Sunny, I don't have the cash right now. Can I wait? Can I this? Absolutely. Because when you come to the real estate game, it's for the big boys. And when you become a real estate agent, you have to be very much thick-skinned. This is not for the weak. So whether you're working in the industry or coming in to be investment in the industry, this is not the time to be playing. This is the time to put your big girl and big boy pants on and come on in here and get some education. So that's why I love doing this podcast every Thursday, right? I'm back, y'all. I'm back. It's just been a world of crazy, and I've had to, God has his funny ways of sitting you down when he wants to get your attention. If you're a true believer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So no further, let's dive off into this. I talked a little bit about the home buying process, saving the money. Save your money. Save your money. I believe a lot of these people were getting ahead of the game because they were saving their stimulus checks. There are some people that were actually really not out here buying all these electronics. They were not out here buying all these shoes and clothes and designer purses. They were literally saving their money so that when the time got right and the market was adjusting, because the interest rates are still low, guys. And once that time happened, boom, they had their $5,000 or $10,000, and it wasn't nothing for them to come to the table and say, she wants that house, I want it too, and I got cash to prove it. See, cash rules when you're coming into real estate, but you still need to have your credit too. So along with saving your money, make sure you're working on your credit. Don't judge your credit. And I don't want you to what we call wake up the sleeping giant. Get with someone that can review your credit. I have tons of credit personnel that I can connect you with personally. I have several different credit business people that I'm going to be connecting as well. And that's going to be another piece that's coming to the neighborhood gems with Sunni Pouncil. I can't wait. I want to make sure you are getting this, right? There are some people that are camera shy. I'm not camera shy. I've been out here with you guys since Facebook was live, right? So I was the one that was going to all the brokers openings and doing a live, and people would know my name as soon as I walk in the door. You know, those things that they always say, pretty soon you'll be known before your name will be spoken of in places before your foot in there. Oh my gosh, that is so absolutely true. So people would knew as soon as I come in, okay, that's Sunny. No. So it's one of those things is I'm not afraid of this camera. So if you have some information and you are camera shy, give it to me. I want to give it to whoever wants to listen, whoever wants to have it, because we need to share it. So back to the home buying, save at least $2,500 or more. Okay. You need to pay for your earnest money, which is about $500. You'll need to pay for your home warranties. Your home inspections and termites inspections. You'll have to pay for your appraisal. So this is funds you want to already have coming into the game. You're asking for almost $200,000. You've got to have something. You've got to save something, right? Not only that, after you are getting your credit intact, and make sure that you are watching what you're spending. Do not max out your credit cards. Get your credit card down to 25 to 30% of its balances. Okay. I have so many people I don't know where to start. I don't know where to begin. Well, it starts with saving some money, and then it starts with getting your credit intact. If you have not seen your credit report, you get a free annual credit report every year. A free one. Sign up and get your free credit reports and monitor your credit reports so that way you are ahead of the game, right? And so while you're saving your money and while you're getting your credit intact, you would need to get it with a qualified lender that can qualify you, and based on your 2 years of income, showing that you have 2 years tax returns, 30-day pay stubs, and your W-2s, that helps you understand what you're qualified for, right? And so just make sure that you get it with a qualified lender. If you are needing one, I have a list of at least 5 or 6 lenders that I use. And I'm a very diversified real estate agent. I have a class to teach this afternoon. As a matter of fact, right after I get off of here, for my class that I teach with neighborhood housing services and community action. And I'm also a Blue Realtor for OFA. So down payment assistance is something that I love to educate my community on right here in the state of Oklahoma. So if you're looking for those programs, they're out there. And I mean, there's always this thing of, well, what about the first time home buyers? Listen, if you've owned a home and you have sold it and it's been 3 years since you've had ownership of that property, you are now considered a new homeowner, a first time buyer. So you might have been a second time buying again, but you would qualify for those programs. So really it's just looking for the down payment assistance, right? But you need to have at least 2 of your 3 credit scores in a 640. I have stopped encouraging my buyers to have 1 credit score in a 640. Have 2 of them 3 bad boys in a 640 credit score. Now your middle score credit score should be 640. You see the difference? I don't want just 1 of your credit scores. I want 2 of your 3. There's 3. You got TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian as your credit bureaus. Okay. Make sure you take a look at your credit report every year so that way you can find out if there's anything that is not yours that needs to be disputed, or that you know what is available to you that's reporting on your credit report. Now, like I said, don't wake up the sleeping giant. So therefore, if it's been a debt that you've had on your credit report and you have not paid on in the last 6 months to a year, that's what we call don't wake up the sleeping giant. But what I would encourage you is to get with a credit specialist or one of my preferred list of lenders that works with you on telling you this you need to pay for, this you need to pay for, this you don't need to pay for, right? So that way you know exactly what you need to pay for, instead of just throwing your money away and paying for something else. And you'd be like, well, I could have just saved my money and applied this over to this debt. So make sure that if you do not have the proper education on what you need to do to get your credit score increased, please, just like I have someone that I pay to do my hair. I can press my hair, I can blow dry my hair, I can curl it. I'm not cutting my own hair and I'm not able to braid. So I hire a hairstylist is what I'm saying. You see what I'm getting, my point? Don't try to take on this thing of credit if you're not truly understanding credit. If you're truly not a person that likes to research. Let me be transparent, because I'm one of those that I may not know it, but I'm going to research it and understand it. Right? So just make sure that you are linking up with people who wants to be team you. Because there are people out here that want to be team you and they got this facade of a different agenda. I don't have a different agenda. And I'm going to be more transparent with you. I pray for every client that comes to me. God has his person that he wants me to match up with my chemistry and with my go-get-em attitude. And that's how I go about helping those families secure those keys. So it's not just by coincidence. No, we don't do none of that. It is sent by reason, right? So save money, check your credit scores, make sure you get with a qualified lender so that you are being qualified and being pre-qualified correctly, because there is a such thing as being pre-approved and being pre-qualified. Pre-qualified is you're not pre-approved yet. You said you had this income. You said your credit score is this. That's almost a pre-qual. Your pre-approval is that you provided 2 years tax returns. You provided your 30-day pay stubs. You provided income documents to show that you can now take ownership of this property, that you can sustain the debt, right? We don't want to buy a home to be house poor. That's not what we want to do. That's not what we're educating. We want to make, that's why I do this podcast, is because I want to make sure that you're understanding what needs to take place in the home buying process. And please, I got a side note, please, when you have decided you want to secure keys to your unique home, please do not purchase anything. Do not go buy a whole lot of anything. Do not go make large deposits into your accounts. They will advise you of that. Don't do it, because that makes it a transaction that makes it very suspicious, right? And why would you be spending all of your money on different furnitures and stuff? You haven't got the house yet. So let's get the keys. Then we can go buy the furniture and the appliances and all the other things that go in, right? So don't spend money and don't apply for things on your credit report, because that affects your what they call a DTI, debt to ratio income. So make sure you keep that debt ratio at a certain percentage, which means you have so much money coming in of sweat equity that you worked for versus all the debt you have to pay out. So we want to make sure we're staying on top of that DTI. After you've gotten pre-qualified, then you connect with the real estate agent. I'm a real estate agent, have been for the last 7 years, but I do come to you with 5 years lending experience. So I have seen both sides of the transactions. I've worked several different type of creative financing. I've had buyers get back $200. I've had buyers come with $12.15 to closing. And I've had buyers that had to come with as much as $65,000. So it just depends on your criteria, is what you're qualified for. Your credit and your income plays the factor in what you're qualified for. We connect up with your pre-approval letter and we go out and shop for a home in the area that you're interested in. Now, feel free. You can always browse around and take a look at different neighborhoods, and you're encouraged to do that. And so if you see a sign that's red and white and it says open house, 9 times out of 10, that house is open for you to go and take a tour. And feel free. If you are like me, I just don't like when you go to these different stores and they've got the salesperson that's just always right there in front of you. Acknowledge that person. Hi, how you doing? May I come see you if I have questions? And then take a browse around. And it's okay to let them know that you're working with a real estate agent, right? Because there will be another real estate agent there for you, waiting there. So once we have found your home, we go under contract. We negotiate back and forth between the sellers. Now, we'll share this information with you. It is very much still a seller's market. Sellers are still getting $5,000 or more for their house above the asking price. Let's talk about the appraisal gap. That's what the house is worth, but you're willing to go above that to cover up to your sales price. Example, you may found this house that was $200,000, but it appraised for $198,000, but you want to get it back to that sales price of $200,000. That's a $2,000 difference that you're willing to do what we call an appraisal gap. Okay. And most sellers are interested in appraisal gaps. So they want to know that if you're putting in an offer that you're willing to back up if it doesn't appraise for that value. So those are still winning offers. And again, that's coming to the table with money in hand and knowing how much you can spend. So be sure, if you're wanting to use your 401k, check all that information out. Know what assets you have before you jump into the real estate game, because when you come in, you want to have your money already in your pocket ready to go. That's why we want you to secure the money back first before you go out shopping for your unique home, right? So after you've gotten your negotiations, you put down your earnest money. You have 10 days to do your home inspection with your termite inspection, which you would pay to them directly, the inspectors, because I will not be on the roof and I don't check anything as far as inspections. That's what you hire your inspector for. Again, remember, we're going to hire people to do their jobs, right? Now, after we have done that, you have your appraisal period that comes up. Once you've done your appraisal period and the value comes in good, you're good to go. But if you come back with a couple of conditions, then that seller has some things that they need to fix, right? And so from there, I want to make sure to tell you that you can get in the contract and you can get out of the contract. And that time period comes at the inspection period. So if for some reason the seller's not wanting to fix anything that you feel is major, and by the way, we're looking for things that are for the roof, the foundation, the electrical, and the plumbing. We're not looking for the scratch on the wall or the missing door. You can go to Habitat for Humanity for those things and replace those items. Those can be added on a honey-do list. So that is not anything that is a major that can make or break a deal. So just keep in mind that when you get in the contract, you can get out of the contract, and that's at your inspection period. So after the appraisal is complete, the title work is all done. All of this takes 30, 45 days. This is not the traditional, let me go put my application in and get keys in 24 hours. So please, this is what I was saying at the very beginning. Make sure you are planning to buy your home like you would if you were taking a trip. Put it on the calendar. Put money to the side and treat it as if it is a big event, because it really is. Once you have your own keys to your unique home, it's limitless. So you can do it again. You can sell that property. You can turn it into an Airbnb. You can turn it into a rental and just do that process again, right? And so it is so interesting that I want you all to kind of take that concept and run with it. Run with it. So that's the quick process in the home buying process. So we got to talk Now we're going to dig into our community involvement. And so this is the part where the neighborhood community announcements that are supporting with Neighborhood Jams with Sunni Pouncil, and that I'm supporting as well with them. And so I have to make sure that you are aware that we have coming up the pop-up shop from the Imperial Tribes. The next one is coming up on November the 20th, which is actually going to be for the holiday season. And so I'm grateful to be a part of that. We're going to have an actual open panel discussion where we are actually talking about business credit. And so it is definitely one that you have want to be a part of. The one in December is going to be a holiday one. And oh my goodness, it is so worth to stop by and check out the pop-up shops that'll be coming up right here from Imperial Tribes. And they'll be over at the Coast Community Center on Northwest Expressway. And that address is 4440 Northwest Expressway. I believe that is the correct address. Yes, 4400 Northwest Expressway. My apologies. And so then our next supporting group is going to be the Warriors Working for Jesus. And it is our ministry, and as volunteers, we go out and serve the homeless. You guys would know them as homeless, but we call them our outside neighbors. I love how Miss T categorizes that instead of calling them homeless people. And so we actually go out and we love on our outside neighbors. And our next event is coming up on Saturday, next Saturday. Excuse me, is it next Saturday? That can't be right. But we have Saturday, October the 23rd, where the next outreach will be. So make sure there's a list of 28 items there if you would like to help donate, if you would like to be an Amazon angel, if you would like to ship your items, and you can definitely drop them off here at TNT Cannabis at 11102 Stratford Drive, Suite B 700, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma 73120, and we will be sure that Miss T gets all her items needed for the ministry of the Warriors Working for Jesus. And we will have open for the Cash App, so feel free to Cash App Ms. T, and that's MZTEE 1969, and we would love to have you be a part of this ministry. Boy, I cannot tell you how excited I am for this event right here. It is the Boss Up. It is Jolie Rashawn. Let me correct that correctly. That's Jolie Rashawn presents the Boss Up Tour. You have got to be ready for this next level, as we're having a load of speakers that will be coming and speaking and giving us some encouragement right here in Dallas, Texas, not in Oklahoma City, but in Dallas, Texas, this Saturday, October the 16th. The event kicks off at 11 a.m. This is your queen right here, the host for the event, Miss Jolie. Oh my goodness. And it is going to be at the Midlothian Conference Center at One Community Center Drive and how do you say that? Midlothian, Texas 76065. Whew, that was a mouthful. I'm here to tell you, we'll be having so much fun in Texas. Another speaker is going to be another queen who is also an author, Miss Winnie Sparks. We're glad to have her be a part of the Boss Up Tour. And then, of course, Miss Kathleen Mitchell. She is a speaker, a new her. You've definitely got to come hear this queen. I cannot wait to see and hear. And then, of course, yours truly will be speaking. And, of course, you cannot miss it. Get your Eventbrite tickets right now. Look for the Boss Up Tour. The tickets are on sale all the way up until the day of the event, so you do not want to miss this event with some great speakers, as we're encouraging our entrepreneurs to boss up and get on to the next level. There's also some QR codes there that are on the flyers. Make sure that you pause it, blow up the camera, and get that scanned. And if you need to, I will personally put it off in my comments chats so that you can be able to scan it and go straight to the ticket events information. So I cannot wait to see you guys this Saturday for the Boss Up Tour, as we are ready to get to the next level this Saturday, October the 16th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We will see you all, and we'll be at the Menolith Conference Center in Menolith, Texas. Boy, that's a mouthful. I'm going to be working on that state right there. Jolie, you got me on that one, queen, as she's in here watching me live on Instagram. And so, hey, queens, we call it all queens. Get your crowns and your tiara. Don't forget your semi-formal, as we're ready to respect the crown. And yes, we're kicking off the second annual right here in Oklahoma City next March. Woo, that is in 6 months, you guys. My goodness. Get ready, because we got a royal experience for you to have. We'll have a royal feast, wine tasting. We'll have a fashion show along with some few poets, and you have got to come and get your crown respected. So get ready for Oklahoma City. Will be March the 5th, and if you need some information, there is the tickets there. Oh my goodness, it is absolutely worth, where did it go? It is absolutely worth you coming to get your crown respected, right? This is the Oklahoma City information. Check all the flyers as all the flyers are out. There are still vendor opportunities available as well. You can get your vendor table for $80 right now. So that is a great price. And of course, if you're interested in being a table sponsor, and you'll also get a 2-minute fame. So you get to talk about your business and share your products with a few of your guests that'll be sitting at your table. So it's a great way to get your crowns respected. And for Oklahoma City, that table sponsor is $100. But don't stop there. We're on the move as we're respecting Dallas's crowns as well. Oh my goodness. It's coming up March the 19th, 2022. So you can get your crowns respected in Oklahoma. You can get it respected in Texas, and coming soon, South Florida and Hollywood. How about that? So don't forget to get those tickets. They're $75 for Texas. And here is the information right here. Again, we are sharing all the flyers and details. I do not want you to miss this event. More loaded speakers that are coming out to empower us. As women, we need that. We wear so many different crowns, from being a doctor to being a mom to being a psychiatrist and all that. You know, we have to be the firewoman, the police officer. We got to play all these different roles. Mommy, wifey, sister, cousin, all those. So we want to take this one time and invite you out to get your crowns respected. So there's still vendor opportunities for Texas as well. The tables are $95. And just like Oklahoma, you still get a 2-minute talk of fame. Tell us about your business. If you're looking to be a table sponsor, you don't want to be a vendor, this is another great way to get your information out. Share the love with a few of the queens that'll be at your table. You may not even know them. So how would you like to get that kind of exposure? The table sponsors for Texas is $120. So make sure that you are getting yourself together, as we are respecting Queen's crowns all over. And pretty soon we're going to be adding some more states. So just make sure you get those tickets. I still have some of the Networkology Women Building Wealth, one business at a time, #1 Amazon bookseller. I still have my books on sale. So make sure that you get your copy. And I want to share with you what your net worth comes from your network, right? I have that chapter in there. I want to make sure you get your copy. And I have it right here. So I also meant to put on here about coming by T&T Cannabis as well, which is one of my other businesses that I co-own with my husband, for all your daily specials and needs for anything medical cannabis. We want to make sure we're educating you and talking to you on that facet, right? So make sure if you are in the area that you stop by, you come see me in Texas this weekend. This weekend, it is going down for the Boss Up Tour, and I cannot express enough how you need to get your tickets. So make sure that you are following us on Eventbrite. Make sure that you show your face in the place. I want to see you there. Say I saw you on the live, Sunny, and I'm coming to come see you guys. These queens, let's make sure we're correcting that. So that is my time for today. I'm so grateful that you have stopped in. Did I get the wrong picture? I did. That I stopped in and got you the wrong picture, but you know what? It's always like that when it's on Neighborhood Jams with Sunny Pouncil. But I want to make sure that you tune in next Saturday, next Thursday. Excuse me, I'm getting my days twisted up because I'm looking forward to Saturday. Make sure you come see me this Saturday at the Boss Up Tour. Get your tickets if you have not already. But I'm so grateful you took today to tune in with me, and I hope that those buyer's tips will help you get ready to secure keys to your unique home. That is my time for today. Until next Thursday, be blessed, be safe, have a great weekend. See you later. Peace.